I found this particular video about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. I didn't watch it all the way through, but we'll break it down and we will discuss it anyway.
Likes, you know, a girl who he thinks has girlfriend potential, and it almost always causes our attraction to disappear instantly, is this. Here it is, and he describes it perfectly.
So once a girl knows she has you, it's over, and you'll never have her. If you ever had a girl pull away and you didn't know why, it's because she figured you out too soon.
So you're essentially teaching guys how to get a girl chasing you. Now, I'll admit, when I watched your video, I was totally ready to hate it. But as I'm watching it, I find myself nodding, thinking, yes, 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 that's literally so true, and that would totally work on me. It's a little sneaky, but as you say, it's all based on real psychology.
Okay. No. There is no pull away phase. It's called playing games. And people who are really looking for a relationship, we don't have time for games. And this woman who started this off acts like she's speaking for all women, and she's not, thankfully. Playing games doesn't get you anywhere. And no, it's not based in psychology. It's based in manipulation, which is a subsection of psychology. But manipulation and positive relationship psychology, two totally different things. And this is not the way to go about it. Whether you're a man or a woman, this is not how you go about starting a dating phase or even working into a relationship phase. It's okay to be busy and it's okay to not respond. But if you take a day, 2 days, 3 days, etc., to respond to someone, you're playing games, and that shit's not cool on either side of the fence. But let's continue.
Right?
Yeah, it's the same psychology hidden in every romance novel that a woman reads, and it's something that almost any guy can do, which is what's really cool. And really, when a guy does this, a girl is practically programmed to fall in love. You know, most of the guys using this really are using it to get out of the friend zone or to get a second chance with a girl that they might have blown it with, which is really cool.
So,
okay, here we go with this friend zone bullshit again. There is no friend zone. There is a friend zone in the sense of you have friends that are either male or female. And not everyone who are friends has sexual attraction to their friends or even romantic attraction or even wants a relationship. It's good to have friends that are just friends. This whole red pill stupidity blows my mind. This whole friend zone stupidity just boggles me. There is no friend zone. Now, there are such a thing that I agree with called orbiters that fall into this imaginary friend zone, but they're really just predators that are looking for the opportunity to strike. So there is no friend zone, and using these stupid methods to try and get with someone from the past is also ridiculous. If you are interested in someone, just say so. I mean, it's really kind of cut and dry. All of these terminologies, they're just blankets for toxic behavior. That's the truth.
if you had to explain it in one sentence, what would it be?
Ready, here it is. If you can get a girl thinking about you when you're not around, you can make her fall in love with you. All the video does is it shows guys how to get a girl thinking about you nonstop. And really, once that happens, you're this close and you start getting all the signs that she wants to be your girlfriend. But the sad part is most guys are accidentally doing the opposite, right? They're doing things that cause a woman to lose interest when she initially liked you. One of the things that guys love about the video is they recognize a bunch of mistakes that they didn't realize they were making, and a lot of times just fixing these subtle mistakes can change a girl's mind about you. And when that happens, you can turn things around with her even if she's already pulling away.
Yeah, it was really interesting to hear how guys used to reignite things with an old high school crush. In fact, Bobby, I literally started thinking, I think one of my guy friends used this on me, because I'd literally never looked at him that way. And then all of a sudden I'm kind of like, now I'm wondering if he watched your video.
Okay. Translation. I was actually interested in the guy, but I didn't want to give him a shot. But now that he's not giving me attention, I'm wondering where he went. That's not pulling away. That's this guy realizing that it's time to move on from you. And you are so addicted to that attention and that dopamine rush that you're like, oh, I have to reply. I have to say something. I have to do something to get this guy back in my orbit. So transparent.
You know, maybe he did.
I was a little surprised how many older guys use this technique.
Yeah, older guys get some of the best results. And I explain why in the video because there's a bit of psychology behind why older guys do so well with this. And when you use the technique in the video, the cool thing is that girls stop playing games and you can move things forward with her without all...
See, that was reverse psychology. This whole thing is playing games. It is playing games. Oh, but you don't have to put in all the work. Okay. Relationships and dating take work. It's called building a relationship, not manipulating a relationship. You have to build it. It starts here. It goes here and then here. This whole, fast track to getting laid thing, this fast track to a relationship thing. That's how relationships fail, is rushing into relationships without spending ample time truly getting to know and understand someone, having your boundaries mentioned, at some point within the first month of dating. All of those things lead to having a solid relationship because you know where each other stands up front. There's no guesswork. There may be confusion that needs to be communicated or misunderstandings that need to be communicated and ironed out, but that's normal. That's building a relationship. Wow. What does that sound like, everyone? Sounds like work.
All the work, because here's the truth. It's a lot easier when she's the one chasing you instead of the other way around.
So I know there's a link here to watch the video. And it's free. It's got a super cool intro and I love it. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about it. But one thing I ask is you only use this on girls you deeply like because it's not cool to mess with a girl's feelings. And this stuff works. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, no. It's messing with someone's feelings either way. Keep it simple. Communicate how you feel, that you're interested. That's it. And either she's going to be interested or not. She'll be flattered. Maybe she'll be surprised. The same shoe goes on the other foot, ladies. If you're interested in a guy, say something. This whole thing about how, women don't approach men, start doing it. Because men also enjoy being approached. It's a confidence booster. I mean, it's real simple. Who doesn't want to be approached with a compliment or interest? Just staring at someone and making eye contact doesn't work in every situation because not everyone has 20/20 vision. Some people are visually impaired. I'm one of those people. Some people may not see very well in other ways. They may have cataracts. You never know what kind of degenerative eye diseases someone could have. So this base assumption that, the guy didn't approach me or didn't look at me, that shouldn't tell you he's not interested. You don't know because you're not doing the work yourselves. So if you're going to approach someone, just do it, right? Or maybe you just need to consider the fact that not everyone is the same and set your ego aside and understand that someone may not understand that you're staring at them and you need to make it more obvious And when you do that, everyone has a fair and level playing field. And then dating and relationship building becomes more fun. It's not all about this one-sided view of relationships that men need to do everything. No, women need to do some of the same things that men do, because that's how you build attraction. You both have to be involved with it. Staring and smiling, those could be misconstrued. But if you take just a little bit of an extra nudge, then you make it very clear that you're interested or that you want to have a conversation with that man or that woman. Real simple stuff. I think that this whole pull away phase and all these other ridiculous manipulation terms, and then, oh, please don't use these on other women because it's so powerful, blah, blah. No. How about don't use it on anyone? If you're busy, you're busy. And if you want to reply to someone, you're going to reply to someone. If you're not interested or don't feel the same, just tell someone. And there's nothing wrong with being friends out of that, especially if you do have some things in common. Hey, what's the problem? I don't see any. But this aversion to friendship and thinking that every situation is a negative against you doesn't help you. It puts you in a victim mindset, which that's not where you want to be. Just being someone's friend and inviting them out and actually thinking about them can do wonders for someone. Their confidence, their self-esteem. Even if you're not looking to date the person, you have companionship now in some form or fashion. There's nothing wrong with these things. And that's such a huge issue with all the crappy dating advice out here, is everyone making this an issue. It's not an issue. It's a net positive both ways. Like, really? I just don't get it. I really don't. Friends are also good to have. You don't just need to be trying to bang everyone. That doesn't really get you anywhere. And a lot of those, one night stands and stuff, they fizzle out. They don't last. Maybe a few months, maybe a couple months, maybe just one time. That's why it's a one night stand. But point being, there's nothing wrong with having friends of both genders. You don't have to be interested in everyone that you speak to. And it benefits your life to have those people as friends. Period. So if the world could stop perpetuating this idea of the friend zone and that having friends is somehow problematic and it makes you less of a man or any other things out there that people want to blow out of proportion just to satisfy their own ego, just end it because it's moronic. All right, let's see here. There was this other one that I caught. And I think I actually might have agreed with most of this one. So
video is for you. A lot of my most fulfilling client experiences have been with clients who either just got out of a 5+ year relationship, so they just don't know what it's like to date nowadays, or they've just never dated for various reasons. First thing that I want you to hammer into your head, lower the stakes, okay? Going on a coffee date with someone does not mean you're gonna marry them. Matching with someone does not mean you're gonna date them.
Exactly.
Okay? We live in a very casual dating world right now. That doesn't mean hot and heavy type of casual. It just means that there's not much weight put on a lot of things for most people. And if you are just now getting into dating, I want you to take that weight off. Okay, treat dating as just a form of meeting people and exploring what you do like, what you don't like. For example, you might think that you're a 50-50 type of person, and then you realize that maybe as a man, you love providing for someone, or as a woman, you love being taken care of, or vice versa. You might have gotten TikTok brain rot thinking that you need princess treatment, when in reality, you actually don't like it that much.
Thank you. I'm actually surprised to hear sensible females out here. Not that I don't believe that they don't exist, but this type of stuff does not get as much attention as the brain rot stuff. And that's so unfortunate because all of this is so true. So completely true. There's nothing wrong with a man wanting to take care of the woman being the moneymaker, all these other things. Like, dude, everything works both ways. Everything is subjective and situational.
Million other ways that this can present itself, but dating is simply, at least those first few dates, meeting people. Now, on a practical note, get on Hinge and Bumble. Those are the only apps that are actually worthwhile. Those are the only apps that myself or my clients have actually gotten into relationships off of. That is because these Hinge and Bumble require like more information from you, so you can make more well-informed matches and conversations.
Now, you don't have to get on dating apps or sites because they're still going to put you at the bottom of the barrel. If you are going to do that, they're going to want you to pay money to boost your profile, which is just stupid and a complete and utter waste of money, pay to play. Doesn't matter how much information you got. Plenty of Fish was free back in the day. eHarmony was free back in the day. Wow, showing my age there. But just because you get on these sites doesn't guarantee anything. And oftentimes meeting people in person can be more fun, but it's not a requirement. And just because there's more information does not make it more likely that you'll meet someone, unfortunately.
Remember what I said about lowering the stakes? You don't have to put your whole personality onto these apps. That is one thing I wish I knew when I first started dating ages ago. I thought I had to summarize my entire self in a profile. No, you are creating a profile purely to showcase what you find relevant in terms of meeting people. Do you want someone who's more outdoorsy, or do you want someone who really loves books, or maybe both? Curating an effective profile to attract what it is that you're looking for, and it's going to change over time, is one of the modules that I go over in my workshop, the online dating crash course. So that's all I'm going to say about the apps for now, because I go over all of it in my workshop. You can grab it from the top of my page. I recently had a coaching call.
Translation there, put common sense things. Put these interests that are top priority to you, so that hopefully they're top priority to someone who's looking for someone similar to you. I mean, that's just common sense. It's just the same thing as asking questions. What are you into? Someone says, oh, well, I'm into anime. Oh, really? Well, I am too. Or I'm not really into anime. What is it that you like about anime? And you see how that conversation builds, that people don't know how to communicate. Everything is all about communication. And I'll say it until I'm blue in the face or I start spitting fire like Wizard Monkey. Communication is key, along with vulnerability, to successful dating and relationships long term.
With a client who actually just ended an engagement. If you see this, King, I hope you're putting to use what we talked about. Let's say you're interested in dabbling in hookup culture. You know, you don't necessarily want to meet someone at a club and then go home with them that night, but you want to have a little bit of fun. After you go on like a coffee date or like a drinks date, like just vibe check them, make sure that their voice doesn't annoy you, that they don't smell really bad. Like, once you have vibe checked them, a simple, like, go on a night date, see a movie, get a drink, whatever, and then just ask, what are you up to after this? Are you doing anything else? Well, I don't want this night to end. I have wine at my place. Do you want to come back with me? I'll call an Uber. Or like, oh, well, what are you up to? Do you want to watch a movie? If the person you're on a date with has been dating, they'll know exactly what you mean and will act accordingly. Also, last thing, the dating apps are just for you to get into the energy of meeting people. You're not necessarily going to meet your next relationship off of a dating app.
Exactly.
You might. People doing my workshop are doing it, but keep the stakes low. That's the number one thing. Get into the energy, meet people, have a good time. I have coaching calls if you want.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that, generally speaking, is sensible advice. I like reframing the dating aspect because you're meeting people. Like, that's really what it is. You're meeting new people. You're finding out whether you're compatible in some way. Again, you're asking the right questions. You're probing for more info into those specific topics. And hopefully they're doing the same back to you, because that is how you're going to understand someone. And understanding someone is key to being in a relationship with that person. Knowing each other's internal worlds, having shared interests, having separate hobbies, those are things that really help launch a relationship in the right way. But if you don't ask questions, you'll never really get to know the person and it'll just fizzle out. So I like her perspective. I don't usually agree with dating coaches because most people are really atrocious and really toxic, but it's always nice to see someone with a good head out here saying common sense things that, you know, if you go read real relationship psychology, they all say these things. The people who've done the studies, people like John Gottman, they've done the studies. They have done the field work. And all relationships got patterns. If you just keep it simple and you actually have interest in the other person, not putting your ego out there and acting like you just don't have the time to listen, or that you're not speaking the whole time, that there's something wrong, or that someone has told you she needs to be talking more than you do, that whole 80-20 rule bullshit. No, it needs to be a back and forth. You should both be doing as much talking as necessary in order to keep the conversation going, to keep the interest building and going forward, whether that works out or you make a friend. It's all simple. But unfortunately, there's too much toxicity out there and too many obvious, either insane or narcissistic women and men out here teaching people how to be a terrible person.